Yeah, what up guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's your boy Prince TV. If you have not subscribed, please do a favor by subscribing so that you can be getting our updates. In this particular video, we are going to do about the analysis. We are going to talk about the analysis and the consequences of being fingerprinted at the first time here in Italy. You understand? So guys, we are going to read everything step by step. We are going to restate everything in detail so that you guys can understand, because this question have been a question for the day, where people come out, they ask, if I have not been fingerprinted here in Italy, or if I have been fingerprinted, what are the consequences? As in, like, what does it cost? You understand? So guys, let's try to read one or two things so that you guys can really understand what this fingerprinting means when you arrive the first. You understand? And that's where we still see the consequences of being fingerprinted. He said here, if you come to Italy by sea and apply for asylum, you will likewise be fingerprinted twice. You understand? Alright, he said, as the hotspot, if you enter Italy by sea, you will probably be transferred to a center called a hotspot, where you will stay for a short while. You understand? Alright, so that is the first time when you arrive from Sicily. So now they will take you to a hotspot where you stay. That place now, they can make you a fingerprint. You understand? So that one is the first fingerprint you have as you enter the Italian territory. So guys, let's try to read forward so that we can understand better. He said, arrival to Italy by sea in order to be identified, and if it is your first time in Italy, authority at the hotspot center will take your fingerprints. You understand? Like I said before, so the authorities are the first place, the people who rescued you. When they take you to the the hotspot, they will fingerprint you. So that one is the first fingerprinting, like I said the first time. All right, so guys, let's go forward. He said, once your fingerprints are taken, they will be uploaded to the Europe database. You understand? They will be uploaded to the European database. All EU member states have access to this database. What is this particular place trying to explain? What this place is trying to explain is that once you have been fingerprinted, let me say, once you have been fingerprinted at the hotspots at the first time, that your fingerprint you have already did, we go straight to the database. You understand? It will go straight to the database, which means that the European country, all the Europe states like Germany, Austria, Switzerland, mention them, they can now find that you have been thumbprinted in Italy. For example, you leave the country of Italy, you go to other side, they will see that you already been thumbprinted. You understand? I know these cases, most people get this information already, but there are some people who are not still yet clarified based on this topic being fingerprinted. So guys, let's still go forward and see how it look like. He said, you must give your fingerprint when asked. If you refuse, the authority will detain you until you give your fingerprint. So what is please trying to explain that maybe if you did not allow them to fingerprint you, the authority might detain you for not playing such action, not allowing them to fingerprint you. All right, he said, when you are fingerprinted, you should also get some information on your rights, duties, and what being fingerprinted in Italy means. You understand? All right, he said here, if you come to Italy and enter irregularly, your fingerprints, if you come to Italy and enter irregularly, your fingerprints will be kept in a European database for 18 months. You understand? All right, so that is for that. Then he said, when you apply for asylum, if you apply for asylum, you will be fingerprinted again before you are given a temporary asylum request permit. You understand? So what this place is trying to say is that, so after the hotspot, after where they rescue you, all this kind of stuff, where you have been rescued, then they will transfer you to a place where you have to be, that is your normal camp. In this your normal camp now, they have to take you down to the questura again. Then they have to make you another fingerprinting. Here comes the second fingerprinting. Remember the first one, when you arrive at the hotspot, they fingerprinted you, and then the second one, when they take you to your normal camp where you're supposed to be as your center for applying your asylum seeking, they will now take you to the questura to make you fingerprinting. But before making all this fingerprinting, there is what we call chitre. This chitre, people have been asking questions as well about this chitre. This chitre is the first, is a kind of like first statement. Everything about you have been written when you enter the Italian, when you enter the territory, when you enter your camp. So most especially, it's at the camp people that do ask this question about your chitre. This chitre, what it consists of, is all about your name, then your state of origin, like where you came from, everything about you. Then most times they will be asking you some question about this chitre, trying to ask you why you go out from the camp. This is where it's very much advisable not to leak or kind of like give introduction about the story you have to give at the prefectura when you go for your commission, because there are some camp people, they will now be forcing you to state why, state the reason why you left your country. Then it might be at that particular time you have not had your story to give yet. You don't have anything to say, because most people when they arrive here, you don't have anything to say why you leave your country. You have to compose your story. So if it happens to be you have the type that you have not yet composed your story, it's very much advisable for you not to kind of like go there and be saying things you have not been planned. You understand? So in this chitre, the only thing that is requested for you from chitre is for you to state where you came from, if you are a Christian, your state of origin, like your details about your name, all those kind of stuff. This is what is being recorded at the chitre. You understand? So this citre is called chitre in Italian, but it's called citre. We all know what I'm saying about. So this citre now is the first paper you have when you enter Italy. This is the first paper you have. You understand? All right. So guys, get it and know it that chitre is the first paper you have before they will not take you to the questura and go and thumbprint you. So the second thumbprinting you make is one of going to questura. Then after thumbprinting for the first for the second one at the questura, then the questura will now give you what is being called permesso di soggiorno per richiesta di asilo. You understand? Permesso di soggiorno per richiesta di asilo. That is temporary permit for 6 months. You understand? All right. So guys, let's still go forward and try to know what this fingerprinting is all about. We just talk a little bit of chitre. It's very much important. All right. Another one again. He said here, another EU country before coming. Okay, he said if you apply for asylum in Italy, your fingerprints will be kept in a database for 10 years. So guys, take this point that for the first time you are thumbprinted at the hotspot, and the second one you did at the questura, this fingerprint will last for good 10 years at the database of a European. This means that anywhere you go, they will see that already you have been thumbprinted in Italy. You understand? So this is what this particular place is trying to say. All right. He said, if you apply for asylum in another EU country before coming to Italy, you will receive a permit as Dublin. Here comes the Dublin law where we'll talk about Dublin. So let's try to know now. He said, Dublin determination. With this permit, your case will be reviewed by a different set of authorities who works under the Dublin unit. You understand? So for example now, you are here in Italy, you already fingerprinted twice, you already have your fingerprint here in Italy, and then you go to Germany asking for another asylum seeking. Then you're already trying to be a Dublin migrant. You are trying to Dublin yourself because Italy have already, kind of like given you a temporary permit to stay in order to cross-check your asylum seeking. If your story, when you go to your commission, is right, then they will give you the protection. Then you leaving the country, go to another country of like Germany or any other places, Austria, name them, Switzerland, Norway, Spain, France. Then when you go there to ask for another asylum again, when you go there, when they likewise did the fingerprint you, then they see that you already fingerprinted in Italy, then automatically you become a Dublin migrant. So guys, let's try to go forward. He said there, your case will be reviewed by a different set of authority who work under Dublin unit, like I said before. With this permit, the authority examine your asylum request and decide which country is responsible for your asylum request. You understand? So when they thumbprint you, like I said, they will know the first country you landed that, kind of like first of all thumbprint you, taking your asylum request. All right. He said, if you have not applied for asylum in other EU country before coming to Italy, you will receive a permesso per richiesta di asilo. That is one of Italy. I explained all these things already. Alright, so guys, now let's go to the consequences of being fingerprinted. Here comes the consequences of being fingerprinted. Let's see the consequences. What are the disadvantages of being thumbprinted at the first place? Alright, he said, once an EU member state takes your fingerprints, all other EU states can see it. Like I said before, once it happens to be, for example, Italy take your first fingerprint, other European country will see this fingerprint that you have already been fingerprinted in Italy as your first place you landed. Alright. He said, that means that if you leave Italy and apply for asylum in other different EU member states, you will be enter into what is called Dublin procedure, like I said before. So now let me read this place again so that it can be perfect. He said, that means that if you leave Italy to apply for asylum in a different EU member state, you will be enter into what is called a Dublin procedure. All right. Then this means different authority will review your case in which may take longer. You understand? So this means that different authorities will review your case, which may take longer. In case your request is entered into a Dublin procedure, you will get basic reception in the country you are in. You understand? So for example, this one is very much clear. If you leave Italy and then you go to Germany to ask for another asylum seeking, definitely they will give you a reception or they will accept you, and then you stay there, understand this kind of stuff. That is what this particular place is trying to explain. So guys, let's go forward and try to round up everything. He said, once the authority in that country have received your case, you will most likely be sent back to Italy. You understand? So you guys know, maybe sometimes, not maybe sometimes, it happens every time. When Germany found that you already been thumbprinted, that you have already been thumbprinted here in Italy, they will send you back. In most cases, they send back. Yes, it's often, this one is quite clear that they send people back, because you have been fingerprinted in Italy. They say that, okay, now Italy have your responsibility because you land Italy as your first place, so they'll send you back there. All right, then let's try to get update more. He said, once the authority in the country have reviewed your case, you must likely be sent back to Italy unless Italy deny your entry. You understand? Unless Italy denies your entry. For example, Germany, they will call Italy and say, okay, fine, we have one of your migrants here with us and we want to send them back to Italy. Then if Italy said no, that they don't want to kind of like accept this person, what will happen? He said, you may not be sent back to Italy, but only if the country where you have applied for asylum. You understand? You may not be sent back to Italy, but only if the country where you apply for asylum. You understand? So that is to say, the first place you arrive to apply your asylum, that is place you will send back. If it happens to be in Italy, you will send back to Italy. If it happens to be, maybe you arrive in Italy and then you are able to escape and go to France or Spain to first of all thumbprint, they might send you back to France. This is what this particular place is trying to be. It's not much that when you arrive in Italy, it happens to be that your fingerprinted is there. There are some people who escape. You understand? I know a guy who escaped, but not being thumbprinted. All right. So guys, let's go forward. He said, you may not be sent back to Italy, but only if the country where you have applied for asylum. I explained this one. He said, decide to examine your case, or if you have strong family link to that country. You understand? So what they are trying to say is that the first place you arrive, like from Italy, they will not try to decide your case. There are some people who arrive, they already have family here. So now, if it happens to be such person have a family link, that means you have a family who have been existing here in Italy. Let's try to read forward and see how it will look like. All right. He said, decide to examine your case, or if you have a strong family link to that country. Grant you humanitarian protection of such kind. Italy have their humanitarian protection, which have been existing, all this kind of stuff. So now this place is now trying to let us know that if it happens to be maybe your family is here already, then you that came from sea, all this kind of stuff, uninvited migrants, then it happens to be you have a background or a family here, then they might request to give you a humanitarian document. You understand? All right. So that is what he's trying to explain here. Then another one, he said, you may challenge the decision to be sent back to Italy, but this will take time. And while your challenge is being reviewed, you will be transferred to Italy. You understand? So guys, I think we'll bring it here to an end. Let's try to summarize everything. So what this particular, being fingerprinted is talking about is that, in summary, that if you are being fingerprinted, then you go to another European country to ask for asylum. Definitely they will see that yes, you are an immigrant of Italian. They see that you are your property, you belongs to Italy because you already fingerprinted in Italy, and they are trying to process your asylum. So guys, what I'm trying to say here is that in conclusion, or in kind of like bring advice, it's good maybe when you thumbprint here in Italy, you try to stay in the country so that you can get this permesso di soggiorno, which is the the normal document, which is the protection, the asylum political or subsidiary or any other document they might offer you. Because going to other country to ask for asylum, this will take you to be a Dublin migrant. So now maybe Germany will be deciding, should we give this guy documents? Italy will be deciding, should we give this guy documents? It will be complicated. So for me, I think it's best when you arrive in a country, you stay in that country. Even being in that country for a very long time, you have learned some of things. You have to know how to speak the language, more all this kind of stuff. Going out from this country to another country, for me, I think is not something wise. Why? Because they said the devil is better than the angel you never know. The devil is better than the angel you never knew. So this is my advice. If you arrive in Italy, try to stay in Italy so that you can get this document. If you have a document, you can fly to anywhere you want. You can fly to any European country you want. So guys, this is the update. I said let me come out, let you guys know what this fingerprinting is all about. So stay blessed and stay nice. Till next time again, we'll meet together. And for those of you who are complaining about my background, don't worry. Very soon, we will change the background. We are working on it. We are in process working on it. When we have to talk about, anything that concerns document issue, then we have to settle down. Because in this particular platform, it's also for fun. You understand? We bring news from Africa. Just that we are working on our background. So as you have. Alright guys, so try to share this video so that people can benefit and know what fingerprinting is all about. People have to know all these things. Have to know, if you are being fingerprinted, so that you can know your consequences of going to another country or all this kind of stuff. You understand? So guys, try to share the video and subscribe to this channel so that you can be getting our updates. Very soon our background will be ready. We'll be having fun here. You guys will be enjoying this platform very soon. You understand? So we are working on everything. So stay blessed and stay nice. Till next time we'll meet together, and don't forget to hit the like button. Always click the like button, and then drop your comments whatever you think about this video. And stay blessed. Till next time again, we'll meet together.